Greetings, mythics, how are we all? Yes, it is Wednesday, it's 7 PM, there or thereabouts. It is another Edra Tales live stream. This is You Decide, where we play through a particular game book. And this week's game book is Where Shadows Fail by David Lowrie. It is a Savage Realms game book. So if you want to check out any more of their game books, because they have quite a range now, go to the Savage Realms website, and I'm sure you'll be able to find all of them there. If not, I'm sure they're available on Amazon. I back this on Kickstarter because they do kickstart their books first, and then they launch them and put them out on Amazon. So do check them out. Savage Realms Games Book, Game Book. I've just woken up. Game Books. Check them out. Check out their website. My name is Ken Boyter, and I've just woken up. Yes, I am the storyteller. I am the dungeon master. I am your guide throughout tonight's live stream, and also the host of Edra Tales Twitch channel, and also the Edra Tales YouTube channel. So if you do miss any of these live streams, then you can go over to the Edra Tales YouTube channel and check them out there. If you do want to subscribe, please do so. It all helps. And if you do want to follow the Twitch channel, follow the Twitch channel as well. That would be great. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have Julian here. Good awakening, yes. I have my customary snooze before live streaming. Good morning to Lowrie. Hello, Rob's Eyes. Yes, I'm with you. Although it is only 7 PM for me. Yes, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. We also have the Bottled Imp YouTube channel. This is Grocklesnooks of... Are you alright? Looks a bit drunk. No, there's nothing new. Grocklesnook from the Bottled Imp. Go over to the Bottled Imp YouTube channel, where you'll find over 450 YouTube episodes of fantasy goodness. Fantasy board game reviews, fantasy film reviews, and fantasy book reviews. And good evening, Jonathan. How are you, sir? Are you well? Are you well? How's your conker? How's little... Let's give a shout out to pets tonight. Who's got a pet? Julian, have you got any pets? Lowrie, have you got any pets? I don't know why your dog just popped into my head then, Jonathan. He's good, thank you, and I'm well. Oh, good. For a second there, I thought something had happened to Conker, because I thought, why am I saying it? But yes, good. I'm glad that Conker's well. We're a double act. Of course you're a double act. Of course. Conker and Ace. Conker and Ace. Good evening, Johnny. And Lowrie. Yes, Lowrie. Good stuff. So we are here to do part 5 of Where Shadows Fail. We didn't make a lot of progress last time, I must admit. It was a little bit a case of going around in circles, which some people call open world, which is fair enough. Right, so let's get all the equipment ready. We've got the jam dice, we've got the fighting fantasy die, we've also got the talisman dice and the elder scrolls. No, not elder scrolls, the elder dice. Conquer and Ace, yeah, crime fighting duo, absolutely. Here's a dog with an attitude, and the other one's called Conquer. I need the bell. What I've worked out for the thumbnails, when it auto generates a thumbnail, if I pause for quite a while, that'll be a selection of 3. Yeah, exactly. Ding. That'll be the selection of choice that I get for the thumbnail. So I'm going to just do this. Hang on. And I'll see if that comes up as a choice for the thumbnail. I'm pretty sure it's if it's just a long pause. Why the long pause? Said the barman to the horse. Or something like that. Anyway, that was for my joke there. Tango and Hooch, exactly, for the 2020, says Julian. I know, I had the pleasure of seeing that in the cinema. I remember, I don't know why, I wouldn't ordinarily go and see a film like that in the cinema. But anyway, my cousin, says Lewin, has a rambunctious little pomegranarian who is going to take a bubble bath before going to the vet tomorrow. Wow, that's a double whammy. Good luck for that. I need to try that. What? Having a bubble bath? Tango and Hooch. Mine's a rum. Oh, the old Hooch. Hooch hoochie hooch. God, all the nostalgia, innit? All a bit of nostalgia. I remember when I worked in a pub when Hooch was launched, and I mimicked that for the chalkboard. I did all their logo and stuff like that. Oh, yeah, having a bath before going to the vet. Yeah, Julian. What are you having done, mate? No, better not say. Had an interesting rum lately. Oh, yeah, Jonathan. What rum are you cracking open? God, all these puns. Jam's not even here to appreciate them. I guess we're making up for it, aren't we? We're making up for it. So let's get the stats out. We need the adventure sheet. We also need the stats. We need the monster encounters. And we also need our path to non-victory. Before we crack into that, though, I've just finished a bottle of rather fine Salcombe rum. Nice. I've never got into spirits. Apart from the ones that I communicate with. But I've never got into drinking spirits. It's kind of, I don't know. I have tried over the years, and it's something that I thought would just happen. I just thought at a certain age, you magically just get to a certain age where you go, yes, I'm an adult. I like drinking whiskey, rum, spirits, vodka, that kind of thing. There's still time. There is still time. Not too much time, but there still is too time. Julian's put, no, I need to try pausing. Oh, I see, for this live stream to see if that gives a thumbnail. I hate baths, showers only. Whew, Julian, that's strong words to say you hate baths. But yeah, try it, give it a go. I'm gonna do another one then. Because it auto-generates 3. Oh no, that's YouTube. YouTube auto-generates 3 for me. Because when I export these over to YouTube, I then, because my time's tight, I don't do custom thumbnails. I just put them out. I keep trying, but I'm too not into that font. What? That fond. I love a good bath. I know, me and you too. Jonathan, that sounded wrong. No, baths all the way. Showers are the devil's work. Showers are not good. What I find with showers, yes, they're quick. Of course, they're slightly quicker than a bath. But they, you're all in your box. You're in your box. Sometimes there's not enough room really to, and then you're nice and warm, and then you open the doors, and then it's cold. You get this blast of cold. What's all that about? Whereas with a bath, you can just soak lovely. You can think. You can drink wine in the bath. Lovely getting washed in your own muck. Yeah, absolutely. You can get washed in your own muck. Oh, no. Well, put it this way, Julian. I've never had any complaints. You can read in the bath, exactly. You can read in the bath. Muck. It's like a pig in muck. Hope. Wicked Part 2 is vibrant as Part 1. Saw the stage musical in Melbourne in 2007, and always loved Wizard of Oz. Yes, I've never seen any I've never seen any wicked stuff. But obviously, love Wizard of Oz. Love it. I don't know. It sort of just slipped out. It doesn't seem to be much fanfare about it. So hopefully it's as good. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. But before we do crack into playing the game, and we will do very, very shortly, bit of an update for To Kill a Thief. I have sent out. Hooray! I'm in the process of sending out. Well, I've sent out a digital reward. I've sent out 1 audio fantasy short story to 13 people, as far as I can remember. To 13 people. So the first reward tier that allows you to get a audio reward, I've sent them out. So the first 13 people, the 13 people in that tier group, which is metal, as far as I can remember, or is it Fettel? I can't remember now, but I've written it all down. They have received the download link for the short story. Tonight, I hope to get the next tier done. There's 22 of them, I believe, 22 backers on that one. And they'll also get that audio fantasy short story. And then I'll be moving on to the next tier and the next tier and the next tier. So hopefully everybody will get the first short story tonight. Plus, if you're on a tier that gets you those 3 extra ones, so you'll get 4 short stories, hopefully I'll get them done tonight. If not tonight, should get them done tomorrow. So there you go. So that's good news. Jonathan's put, I preferred Wicked for Good, which is a controversial view of the green household, as my wife preferred the first one. Oh, okay, Wicked for Good. Is that, I don't know, I'm not up with all my Wickeds. Is that a different one? I don't know. Okay, the relaxing element I can get behind. Okay, this is bath. But washing in a mixture of pail of water where you don't get to stretch out properly, I find annoying. Oh, how small's your bath? I stretch out lovely. Then again, I'm 6'2". Not much fanfare. There's been a massive media and chat show circuit campaign for the film. Oh, has there? Well, I don't watch live telly. I don't read the papers. I don't really take that back then. I guess for me, yeah, if it doesn't cross my path, then there's not. But obviously there is. Julian's seen neither films. But my oldest nephew was literally born the day after their parents saw the Wicked stage play. Lovely. Wicked for Good is Wicked Part 2. Oh, I see. Right, I see. So, as in the sequel. Yeah. Jonathan, it's Scotland. It's probably a tin bath in front of the fire in the kitchen. Yeah. I reckon it is. Next to the coal shuttle. I don't know what that is, the coal I feel seen. Oh yes, Julian. You've been seen, all right. Certainly was for my mum, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. There was... Well, I remember... No, it wasn't an outside loo, but we kind of had an outside loo. So when I was growing up, I was very, very fortunate. We lived in a big house, but we didn't have any money. So we had this big house, and it's a Victorian house. It's a nice 3-storey Victorian house. When we first moved in, which was 1976, get hold of that. There was a toilet that was outside. Well, it was kind of, it was like it wasn't very particularly nice. We had a bathroom upstairs. However, I do remember Mum and Dad renovating it, so it then was sort of part of the inside. So yeah, so on the cusp there, Scuttle, that's the word I'm looking for. Scuttle. Learins, but what the hey, I would take the phone to the living room and watch the live stream in the light with the coffee and the light. And in the light, exactly, you're not a vampire, Learin, you're not a vampire. The outhouse, yeah. Although the best place I've ever gone to the toilet... Who started this? Jam's not even here. You all right there? You awake? The best place I ever went to the toilet was on the on the Sahara Desert. Yeah, on the Sahara Plains. We're just on a hot air balloon ride. Get this, hot air balloon ride, which was amazing. You can look down. We saw lions. We saw, animals just wandering around. And we landed, and then what they'd done was they'd laid on this big breakfast table for us, and so we had breakfast at like 6:30 in the morning. Well, maybe 7:30, because it was a sunrise hot air balloon ride, and then they'd also made a little toilet, and so when you sat down, you could see they'd left a little hole through the door. or I think it was maybe split screen, so you could look out onto the Sahara. No, Serengeti. I forget. What's the one in Tanzania? What's the ones in Tanzania? What desert's that? It's whatever that one is. The plain. So yeah, it was great. With a witch in a wardrobe too. Exactly. So anyway, let's crack on. Let's crack on now with Where Shadows Fail. This is part 5. We did end up dying last time. We ended up dying. So we're down to 2 lives. Similar, up in the Blue Mountains, perched over a 200 metre drop. The toilets perch over a crevasse. Pretty dangerous though for people walking underneath you. That sounds amazing as well though. Where are the Blue Mountains? Is that Virginia? Is that the song? So let's crack on then. So this is our adventure sheet. We are a human, we think. I'm not sure if we've actually been told that. But anyway, called Shadow. We've got a life force of 25 because, as I say, we died. So we've got our stats back. We've got a combat score of 4+2. We've got accuracy 2, stealth 3, lockpicking 3, pickpocketing 2, intellect 3, strength 3, agility 3, charisma 1. No, 2. I think we've got an extra charisma there. Resistance 3, no, sorry, resistance 2 and luck 2. We also are wearing a skin robe. We're wearing a skin robe. I don't know why we're still wearing it, because it's -1 charisma. Oh, I think we used it to see if we could pass off as one of the creature people that eats people. Outside Sydney. Oh, okay. Outside Sydney in Australia. These are the Blue Ridge Mountains in Virginia on the trail of the Lowson Park. Yes, that's what they are. Not the Australian ones. Yes. Blue Ridge. Okay. There we go. Similar. Up in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Perfect for over 200. Oh, okay. Yep. One of them. One of them. Exactly. We kind of got away with being one of them. However, we have died. We have died. So, we have fought 2 green fuzz monsters and also a pustule, which wasn't particularly pleasant. Right then, let's crack on. We are part 5. Part 5. Part 5. And what are we starting on? 344. But I normally read the previous one just to remind us what was going on. Landed. Hello, Lee. You've not missed much. You've missed a lot of toilet talk and drink talk, basically. Such a great word, pustule. It's beautiful, isn't it? It captures everything about it and the word pustule. Yeah, you don't really need the word pustule explaining, to be honest, do you? I think instinctively everyone knows what it means. So the previous entries, the room is huge and full of all sorts of rotting goods. There are joints of non-human meat and pies of vegetables and fruits, all rotting away. And the floor of the cabin is a soup of putrescent liquid. The stench is horrendous. You're about to leave when suddenly you hear footsteps outside. And we didn't have the code word pop it heel, so we had to go to 344. How are you, Lee? Are you good? You postulate. Human soup floor. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's not. No, it's a shame we've not been marooned on a lovely island, isn't it? It's a little bit rank, this island that we're marooned on. You are pleased to leave the room and its stench behind. Okay, so there we go. We won't know what that noise was outside. You can either climb the stairs to your left or descend the stairs to your right. Remember, I think we've done a bit of we did a bit of a circle, didn't we? So you can go to the stairs to your right, which is 248. Which, let me have a look. I'm pretty sure we've already done this one, but let's find out. 248. 248. Oh no, I don't think we have done this one. Can't seem to find it there. Or you can descend to the stairs to your right. 239. Have we done that one? Let me just double check, because you might remember. You might remember what it is, but maybe we haven't. 239. 239. Chat amongst yourselves. No, it doesn't seem like we've been to either. I got it completely wrong. Not so many meaty tubes around here. I know. I think I write less dark game books. Thought the illustrations to Cthulhu Shakespeare was great. Oh, there you go, Jonathan. Were great, even. Yes. There we are, Jonathan. Lee's complimenting you on, well, the artist, not you. The artist who came up. And that's just reminded me, I do need to pay for my postage. So what would you like to do then? This is your first choice of the evening. Would you like to climb the stairs to your left, type left, or would you like to descend the stairs to your right, type right? There's no more information than that. It's a 50-50. You do, then you could live stream it. Exactly, Jonathan. I do definitely intend to live stream it. Although I do like to give a fair distance between you actually launching it and then me live streaming it, only because I feel like, you know, if people have bought it, they want to play it themselves, don't they? Possibly, probably. And so I don't really want to go through any spoilers. And equally, I don't really want to lose you any sales, I think, at the beginning of it all, if that makes sense. Whereas if you're 6 months down the line, unless I'm wrong, unless you don't mind me doing that, so maybe in a year's time. I don't know if you're being serious or joking there, but yeah, I feel, is that good? Let me know. Let me know how you feel about all of that. Yes, you could. I'd love to. Yeah. Waves home, copy it round with joy and abandon. Oh, Julian. No, I appreciate the consideration. Yeah, good. Yeah, absolutely. We are down. We're going downstairs yet, if not stairs. Okay, so somebody's put climb the stairs left, descend the stairs right. So that's one apiece, and you can enjoy Julian's visage. Are we voting again? We've got one for left, one for right. Go up the stairs is left, down the stairs is down. Am I still asleep? Down the stairs is right. What would you like to do? What would you like to do? So we've still got Jam's gamebook that just came out. And not the one that is just funded, that's currently running, but the one that he kickstarted at the same time as me. Okay, we're going to have to let the die decide, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have to let the die decide. No one else is voting. You're just here for the chat about toilets, aren't you? Here we go then. Down the stairs, as it were. Oh, okay, down the stairs. Leerin has just broken the tie break. It's broken the tie break. Right, well, let's go downstairs. Let's go downstairs. 239. I don't think we have been here before, but we'll find out. 239. 239. Something does not feel right, so you decide to head back down the stairs. You can now either go left and enter the busy sounding room, or try the door ahead. What would you like to do? You can now either go left to the busy sounding room or the door ahead. Don't know what a sounding room is. Not sure if it's bad or if it's good. But you decide. That's what you're getting paid for. You're not getting. We're not paying them. Don't worry, we're not paying them. Is the left? Is that left or right? I want left. Do we have a jar or two of red hot chili peppers? We do. We've got 2 jars of red hot chili peppers. Left for sound and possibly vision. Okay, so left for sound. The door ahead is just, there's no information. Busy sounding room, yes, there's 2 for those. It could be, you know, it could be someone playing the piano. You never know, they might have a softer side to themselves. Okay, it looks like we're going to go left to the busy sounding room. Again, I don't think we've been to this one, so I think we're out of the loop, which is always good to hear. Hopefully we'll make some good progress. Do you have a set of iron keys? Where are these bloody iron keys? No. No, we don't. If so, turn to 46. Or, if not, you can head left and try the door. Party time. Let's go. Up. Probably eating. Meaning it sounds busy in the room. Yes, I hope so. It does. Lots of noisy people. Lots of noisy people. Probably eating. They could be eating human. Party time. Try the door. So yes, what do you want to do? Do you want to try the door? Or do you want to go back up the stairs, which are now on your right? What would you like to do? Do you want to try the door, the other door? Julian would like to try the other door. I think I'd probably vote for that. What would you like to do? Leerin's try the door. We need to give that chef his chili. Yeah, that's about the only thing that we've kind of got that we kind of know needed to happen. So we're going to try the door. Okay, let's try the door. You walk over to the door. It is made of stout oak. Knock, knock. Candygram from Mongo. You walk over to the door. It is made out of stout oak, but is not quite fashioned to fit the hole. Oh. It looks more like the deck hatch from a ship. You assume it must have been scavenged from the beach. There is an unlocked padlock hanging from the handle. Listening to the door, you hear nothing. You open it and walk in. Both the left and right hand walls are filled with shelves made from random and different sized pieces of wood. Oak, teak, mahogany and many other kinds as well. At the far end of the room there is a small archway leading to another part of the room. Sitting on the shelves on the right are row upon row of large glass jars, each with a glass stopper. Have we been here before? It kind of feels like we have. They all seem to be filled with a yellow liquid, but also contain various solid items that are preserved inside. From where you are standing, you can make out vague shapes. So you walk over to inspect them. Picking up a jar, you raise it to your face and examine the contents. I'm pretty sure we've been here before. This seems very familiar. Yes, we have. We have scavenged ships. Good evening, Sally. Sally, are you here? Blazing Saddles, evening, Sally. We can't find... I know, I don't know where he's gone. So we have to assume we failed the chef test for continuity's sake. They already know who we are. Make vegetable soup and then we give them the chili flakes. Possibly. Yeah, it's better than any plan we've got. Sounds like the Edinburgh Surgeon Museum again. Oh, hello. So, we are going to go to 323. Yeah, we might not be able to get into the chef to give him the chili flakes. I know, where are these iron keys? Yes, we made some comments on urine. Of course we did. We're not going to let that go, are we? A face stares back at you from the jar. Its eyes rolled back in its sockets and its tongue sticking out and limp. It is a head that's been pickled in vinegar or something similar. You almost drop it from the shock, but continue inspecting the jars. Some of them contain heads, while others contain livers, hearts, intestines, and other internal organs. Yum, yum. They are also hands and feet, male genitalia, and the breast of a woman. Just one. And even a couple of human embryos. Further along are some smaller jars, but these are more mundane, containing what looks like sage thyme. You decide to take the chili flakes. We are literally going around in circles. Okay, this is not... Yeah, I'm struggling with this one now. 32382. Turning your attention to the other side of the room. You find it mainly made up of stallages on which there's the barrels. What barrel would you like to try? Well, we've tried. Did we try the clear straw-like one, the ruby red? What one did we do? What one have we not tried? So there's the clear straw-like ale, the ruby red ale, the dark stout ale porter. Oh, choose ruby red, choose dark stout. I wrote it down like a boss. So clear it is, yes. But like a boss, Julian's also remembered, yes. So it's the clear, yes, clear straw-like. What's straw-like ale? I don't understand that analogy. So seemingly we can't go on without keys. Yeah, it's a bit odd. Hopefully it's not broken. Hopefully it's not got a broken bit. You grab an ale jack and draw off a pint of the lighter coloured ale. And taking a long swig, nearly cough it all back up. It is quite tart and astringent. Vinegar. Ooh, you would have thought we'd smell it first. Anyway, this must be the liquid used to pickle the gruesome specimens. It is, however, also quite pleasant once you've got used to it, and seems to have restorative powers. It appears you have just drank apple cider vinegar, which is famous for its curative properties. Yeah, you can cook with it as well. Finishing off the rest of the pint, I don't know if I'd drink it though, you feel much improved. Unfortunately, you cannot find a bottle to take anywhere with you. Restore 3 points. Well, we're already on 25. It's just vinegar. Nice. Deciding it's time to leave the room to continue ahead towards the unlocked door. If you have the code words, so have we got any of these code words? Superior. Let's have a look. Do we have superior? No. No. Do we have inferior? We have got no, we haven't got inferior. Or gondolal. We haven't got that one. No, we've got none of those. If you don't have any of these words, then you proceed to 492. So hopefully we'll get out of this loop. We have gone into a loop. Did you really, Lee? You used to drink it for your throat, guys. It's a horrible taste, though. Next time we draw a map for the next game book, yeah, probably. But then I probably won't be able to draw the map. So maybe one of you guys would like to draw the map. 492. Here we go. 492. 492. As you are getting ready to leave, I've been battling with the manuscript, trying to ensure you can't get stuck in a loop. Yeah, absolutely. For me, that's one of my biggest frustrations with game books, just getting in that loop and you can't get out. As Jules knows. He's just banging his head. Yeah, it's quite astringent. Yeah, I think with my game book, I purposely went, right, I'm just not doing that. I'm just going to push you forward each time. So that you're constantly moving forward. Because I just thought, if I'm going around in a loop, for me it just gets frustrating. But hey. So, as you're getting ready to leave, you notice another door to your right as you face the cellar door. When you try it, you discover it is locked, but does have a relatively modern latch-clutching system. We've been here before. The kind you do not need the key from the inside. Did you drink the stout? No. Otherwise, you can leave the cellar by one of two ways. You can exit the way you came in, which is what we've done before, 518, or we can use the other door and leave that way, which I'm pretty sure we've done as well. 533. We did drink the stout that time. 533. Yeah, we've done this. We've done this loop. That is very sensible. I'm going to make the next one much more linear. Yeah, I can understand the appeal of creating a game book that's open world, but I don't know if it can be done 100%. I've not read enough open world game books to know how well they can be done. But unless it's like, what was that one where we played? It was a fighting fantasy one where there was a notice board that you went to get jobs and you went off to do side quests. That one worked quite well because you go off and do the side quests and you come back and you go off and do that and you come back. So I didn't feel like I was in a loop. Firetop Mountain Labyrinth scared. Yeah, Firetop, exactly. I've never managed to do Warlock of Firetop Mountain. Yeah. It did. It scarred me for life. I just think in a particular instance, given the number of people involved, there are dozens of right paths. Yes, I think I understand that, Julian. Jonathan has, but that said, I do have a plan for an open world game book. It's not something I've tried before. Yeah, if you can do an open world game book, but where you don't go around in circles, then yeah, I'm all for that. Thank goodness none of the brews pulled nasty tricks on us. That is true. None of the pints did. The nastiest drink joke was the taking of schmuck option of drinking red wine in Vault of the Vampire and finding out particularly that maiden vintage is that vampire likes. Yes. Secrets of Salamanders. Oh, is that what it was? Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was quite good. You go off, you do a little quest, you come back, you go off, do another little quest. I didn't feel like I was going around in a circle, even though I was coming back, because I knew that that's just a meeting point to get another quest. And then you go off, do the quest, come back, go off, do the quest, come back. I quite like that. Scorpion Swamp isn't bad as open world. Did we do Scorpion Swamp? I can't remember. Who? I wonder, Jonathan. I wonder. It was Steve Jackson. Of course it was. Yes, Steve Jackson and Jonathan. All right, it was you, Jonathan, as well. You chipped in. Okay. I volunteer to draw the map if ever we get into Scorpion Swamp. Okay, I do have Scorpion Swamp. Stephen John, it was a collab. The old collab. Okay, so what would you like to do then? Because we've 518. Is 518 the chili? What would you like to do? I'm just going to put it out there. I think we've been to both of these options. We have been to both these options before. Would you like to exit by the door that you came in? Type came in. Or would you like to unlock the other door and leave that way? Type unlock. What would you like to do? Because if this is broken, that's not brilliant, is it? Joseph D does it well, if complexly, because he has rules that you've been to a place, killed someone, pulled a lever, it's different next time. Yes, Lee, that's a very good point. In the Ghosts of Craven Manor, it was time travelling, so that you went back, but yeah, things had changed, so that's interesting. So you go, oh, okay, we've been here, but hang on, that picture's been ripped. What's going on? Absolutely. Unlocky locky. So we're going to locky. We're going to unlock it, and very well have the fight Cthulhu Jr. again. Yeah, we might well have to. Here we go then. We're going to try and unlock the door. I think we're just going to allow ourselves to unlock the door. Let me go back to that. 492. Yeah, 533. Where did we go last time? Oh, somehow we cheated last time. Yeah, okay. Right, 533. You find yourself at a four-way junction. Oh, okay, we just unlocked it. Can we unlock without keys? Well, it seems like we just did. The fact that you travelled back to get the bathroom was rather inconvenient, especially after a couple of beers. That is true. The thing is, though, I'm all for game books, so you've got to... Jonathan's got to go. His dinner's up. Enjoy your dinner, Jonathan. Take care. Thank you for watching. I think we'll have to take a few rights next time. I don't remember picking the right option. Yes. Just ignore the dead body. Exactly. The fact that you have to travel in time to get to the bathroom rather than inconvenient, especially after a cup of root. Yeah, I'm all for people trying new things. Absolutely. Absolutely. You find yourself at a four-way junction with passages branching off to the right, left and right. And the corridor also is carrying on in front of you. Having a quick look further down, the corridor you've been following brings you to a set of huge double doors on the left-hand side of the passage. There's a lot of noise, shouting and laughter coming from beyond it. The doors are locked with a very ornate lock. You decide not to try it yet, instead turning back and heading up the corridor until the cellar door is in front of you again. You'll have to try one of these other two ways. So, we've got... Have we been these before? Yeah. 17 we've been to, and 77. We've been to both of these. So what would you like to do? Would you like to take the left passage? Is it true? Did we just go left? We have been to both of these. Or we can go to the right passage. I've got 17 written down before. In fact, we've been there twice. 77, we've been down once. We've been down there once. What would you like to do? Would you like to... I'm not sure. Should we just have a look? Let's just have a quick look. Oh, you discover a sword. Oh, we got it's the dull metal rod. We've got a dull metal rod. So we've got that. There is other options. The dull metal rod, the handsome shield, or the fine leather calf boots. I don't think we've ever got the fine leather calf boots, have we? So that's that. Or 77. It's meant to be you decide. 77 leads to a sturdy mahogany door. You try it is locked. However, the keyhole in the door. Do you have a set of iron keys? If so, yes, do that. If so, not. So what would you like to do? Let's take the boots. Yeah, should we go and take the boots? So, if you agree, type yes. Shall we just go and take the boots? Because we've not done that one. That might lead us somewhere different. Take the boots, says Julian. Loot the boots. Okay, let's loot the boots. We're trying to find new entries to go to. 17. Boots. Is... Oh no, hang on. 17. Then we've got 282. Okay, so we're going to take the boots. What do the boots do? There's a pair of rather fine black leather boots. They look like they're mid-calf and soft, and yet with good flexible sole. Each one has a silver wing engraved on the heel. Ooh, fancy. So we've got boots. Leather boots. Silver wing. Okay, so 282. This might be a new one. Might not be. You never know. Do that? Well, I could look, find out. Do they have a wee wings on them? Can we fly like? Yeah, Hermes. Sorry, Every. Yeah, they kind of ruined that name, didn't they? Okay, 282. You slip off your footwear and try on the boots. They fit perfectly, and the leather is so thin and supple that it seems as if you're wearing slippers. You try climbing a bare piece of rock with them on, and they are very much surprised to discover your feet cling to the surface. The boots even seem to make you faster. Add the boots to your inventory and increase your strength and agility by 1 point each for the duration you are wearing them. Hell yeah. So the boots were a good idea. So what was that? Stealth. Sorry, stealth. I'm going to put +1. And also agility +1. Okay, 113. Pleased with what you have found, you decide to take a look at the next item. You're making way over to it when out of the corner you perceive something move. You whirl around but see nothing. Once again you sense this time behind you. It's coming by a faint rustling sound that seems to be moving upwards. This time when you notice shadows, floors seem moving, you quickly realise it's not the shadows themselves moving, but the source of light. That is when you look up to see what terrifies you. Well, it's not a surprise anymore, because we do know. We do know. Turn to 74. So is this? Have we just gone back now to 74, or is this a new entry? No, we've been to 74 before. Ah, the Greek counterpart to Mercury. Yes. But in the UK, they used Hermes as a courier company used the name Hermes, and they had a really bad reputation for being late and, you know, losing stuff. So bad that in the end they rebranded to Every, which I'm not quite sure what that means. Is that another god? Oh, I just need some troll's blood. Or is it normal blood? Up above you, a huge clump of green, fuzz-like moss seems to move from the sides of the walls. We know what's going on. It's a single eye. It's Mini Cthulhu. So who was trying at this time performing an intellect check? Okay, we need to perform an intellect check, and it is 3. So we're going to take a fighting fancy dice because they roll low. Hello again. Yeah, how's it slithering? Let's just pass the test. Okay, should we just do that? Let's do it properly. Yay! Ruby Red Ale. Okay, 359. We did it successfully. Yay! Well done. Yay! 359. You try and say to come. Hey, this time you wait until you're close and then strike. If you roll equal to it, combine turn to 216. 216. Yay! 216. The blight traitor sent a huge eye. Rather than actually it releases you to the ground. Well, let's just say we beat him. I can't be bothered. My sales, we lost 2 life points though. We lost 2 life force points. Let's just say we won 505 because we've been there before. 505. Each limb you cut off quickly regenerates. Okay, this one is tech. If you exceed 536, this is speed play. 536. There we go. 536. Okay, you can either go left or go straight. Where do we get the iron keys? Did Goodyear make those shoes? I know. Where do we get the iron key? It says if you have the iron keys. If we kick the bucket twice to Mon Angry Calmer again, I will screech the neighbourhood away. So what do you want to do? You can go left, 48, or go straight, 77. Well, we've just cut with 77. We've already done. 48, we've already done. I feel like we're just stuck in a loop. We are genuinely stuck in a loop. Is this really bad? Have we broken the game? We find a locked door. Let's do this. I'm just going to take control for a second. Find a locked door. Let's say we opened it, because I don't think we've ever opened that door. 67. The door gives you a subtle touch, and it creaks open. There's another door to your right. Find it's also locked from the outside. You decide to inspect the room. Both left and right filled with shells made from random different sized wood. We have been here. I think we're stuck. I think we're stuck. No, I think we're just stuck. Yay, progress. It's not progress. I let you down, guys. I thought we hadn't been there. I thought we hadn't been there, but we have. We have. 48. We failed. We've failed before. We've also succeeded at that point. Boo, no progress. Stuck in the middle of you. I think... What do you think? Because I'm getting a bit frustrated now. Getting a bit frustrated. Should we just end it here? We've done 5 sessions, which normally we do 5 to 6 sessions on a game book. Should we just end it here? Because we can't seem to make any progress. Vote yes if you want to end it here. And then we can talk about, can we give him the chili? Can any... Okay, well, all right. Well, okay, maybe... All right, Lee, that's a good idea. Let's go to 1, then 54. I'll find the chili bit. Just bear with me. 54. Then it was 86. Then it was 129. Okay. Then it was 34. 71. Oh, okay. Reveal the creature, step out from the dark, and you search the bodies. Oh, okay. That was basically to search to find stuff. Ah, do you find keys? We might find keys. There's a section here where we're looting bodies. There's a small dagger. Okay, 24. Let's see if we can find keys on a corpse. Strip naked, storage, slow light. No. 43. No. 64. Okay, that's the one we got, I think. 83. That was food. 24. No. 104. Extra spicy. Incidentally had red abs, green chicken pepper, spaghetti tonight. Ooh, sounds nice, Liam. We have 3 jars. Yeah, we could just go and say we have got the keys, of course. I don't know why I'm actually looking. But let's have a look. Okay, then 121. There's a health potion and a line of sandals, yeah. 142. There's a cutlass also. Oh, okay. Oh, you find all sorts of manner of things here, but not iron keys. 24. 167. I have no idea where these keys are. An amulet. Okay. So no. Okay. So that didn't work. 43. Let's find the chili guy then. Let's find the chef. You could embody. Okay, then we went 138. This isn't brilliant live streaming, I must admit. Nope. Then 71. We've done that already again. 24. We did 195. 195. Nope. 133. Come on. Where did we meet Chili Man? Nope. 203. Come on, we must have. Did we meet him in the first session? Because I'm nearly the end of doing our first session. I regret never having gone to Grindhouse Theatre, having been too young when to go before they were all shut down. Oh, yeah, I guess that was a real classic era of cinema, wasn't it? Okay, it wasn't that one. 233. No, it wasn't that one. 271. Nope. That's where we picked up the bone skin cloak. 285. Okay, 327. No, 214. We're going to get there now. I've done it. I'm too invested now to stop. Nope. 293. We want to know if the chef's going to be content. 293. Oh, or maybe no. 293. 341. 341. Leah's chosen 3. Anyone else? Oh, what's that? 3. Was it number 3? We are rewinding the reel to grind. Lee's win. Ken owes you 3 beers. Next time. I don't. Was it number 3? All right. Let me check number 3. Is that what you mean, Lee? Do you have a set of iron keys? Is number 3? Is that what you mean? I'm just literally going all through the entries that we've done in order, just so we can find it, because that's the only way, because I can't remember where it was. 3, 4, yeah. 418. Nope. 436. Nope. 489. Nope. 17. Don't think it's 17. Nope. Not that. 267. I know this isn't the best live stream ever. I think we're just passing the time. Seems an apt entry though. For my next trick, I'm going to saw my wife in half. Yeah, sorry about this, but you know, if we're going to progress, I think this is what we need to do. One, yeah, not there. 267. Ah, is that 113? $74. 74. 74. We've been 74. The Crazed Prisoner. 390. Oh no, it's not a Crazed Prisoner. We've never been to Crazed Prisoner. 390 is the first fuzz monster that we fought. 390. 390. Come on, we can do this. That is, did we win? We win. 505. Weirdly enough, I found the iron keys. 506. Do you need some keys or 70 keywords? Does anyone have good recipe for removing blood from a carpet? Look, I've found the keys. It says you notice an iron ring of keys hanging from Ulcer's rope belt. Add these two and then turn to 492. So we've got the iron keys. We've got the iron keys. Do the count still collect extra blink badge up on the pin? So should we just go with the iron keys? Let's go with the iron keys then. 506. No, 506. 492. That just takes us around and around and around. Did you drink the stout? 503. No, I'm not doing that. 518. Maybe... I'm confused. Oh no, well number 3 is the iron keys. Let's go to 3. Yeah, do you have a set of iron keys? Yes, 46. Science fiction double feature. I seem to have lost my wife in all this confusion. Very careful. I know this isn't the best live stream. I do apologise, but you know I can only go on I can only go on the Gamebook. Holy moly! This is just unlocked a massive. What? This has unlocked a 4-page. A 4-page. Oh no, it's not even a. Right then, if you have the code word ballista, which I don't think we do have, I think we've just. Right, we ready? We sitting comfortably? What you see is beyond your worst nightmares. You are in a vast chamber that is easily 300 yards wide, maybe more. The roof is high and slants upward out of view, and there are several bone cages hanging from the ceiling. The chamber is lit by a combination of green moss and flaming torches that burn with a sooty orange glow. You are on the topmost tier of what appears to be 3 levels. To your left and right, a stone pathway follows the circumference of the cave to join up again on the other side to form a huge circular road around about 10 yards wide. On the inside of the circumference of the walkway, an almost sheer drop of about 30 yards, hollowed into the face of this precipice are hundreds of holes that you estimate are about 300 yards in diameter. Sooty Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. Don't apologise, not your fault, just Gamebook dynamics. Yes, unfortunately, I think you're right there, Julian. However, we've cracked the code. We've found the keys. We're in. On the next terrace below is another smaller circle road, and on the left side you can also see a closed door. On the far side of the level and directly opposite you, the ring road broadens so that there are a wide platform that is perhaps 50 yards wide. From this platform, a steep stairway descends to the bottom level, far below another 30 yards to a rectangular space with a sandy floor. As you are looking down, you see hundreds of Sawney crouched in those holes or seated on the floor of the level below. They are drinking and eating, feasting and fighting, cursing and fornicating. Cheeky. Whenever they feel they need, the creature stands up and leaves themselves over the edge of the caves. So much so that there are often regular streams of urine raining down. Are you glad we got here? Or the non-dynamics. Oh. So that often regular streams of urine raining down on the creatures on the tiers below, who do not seem to mind. Sometimes even laugh when they are hit by a stream of hot piss. It is what is on the platform that draws your focus, for it is filled with Sawney, many of which are gnawing on bones as they squat on the floor. You watch in fearful fascination as they break the tops off the bones, suck the marrow from them, and then hurl them into the pit in the centre of the room. The caves are lit with fire pits, and over each pit whole carcasses of large pigs and joints of meat are turning on metal splits. The fat from the flesh drips down and is caught, funneled off and collected, though some of it spills into the fire, causing spurts of flames as it ignites with the red embers. Looking over the closest fire pit, you are horrified to discover that the animal on the spit is not a pig at all, but a fully grown human male. The skin has been flayed the skin is flayed from the carcass, and you can see the muscles and tendons browning as they cook in the heat. The skull is missing. You suddenly feel the need to retch, but manage to control your guts. It is then as you notice a stone dial that is raised about 3 feet above the ground. On it is the most ghastly throne you've ever seen. It has been made unmistakably from human bones. It is long pigs. It is a spit roast, yeah. Its 4 legs seem to be fashioned from arm bones, with the back of the throne composed of human tibias and fibias at the sides, and several rib cages joined together to form the back of the dreaded chair. Human skulls top it off, grinning down at its occupant, who is something far worse. Squatting on the throne is a giant of a figure, at least 8 feet tall if it were standing, but presently hunched over with its long pale legs bent up at its side as it gnaws on a bone. Pale skin sags in ripples from once well-muscled torso, and its arms, almost as long as an ape's and covered in grey hair, culminates in hands that are surprisingly small and pudgy for their size. Its left leg ends at the knee, having been cut away by the looks of it, and instead of a leg there is now a single leg bone attached just below the knee joint. At the base of the leg bone is a human foot, or rather just the bones of a human foot, which seem to have been joined together. Its head is overly large, even for its huge body, and in common with other denizens of these caves, much longer than that of a human. Its face is thin and the skin is pockmarked and covered in warts and liver spots. Hair grows in random tufts from its face, the bottom half of which is covered with a straggly white beard. Its shaggy brows are thick and heavy, and its prominent forehead gives its huge face a brutish look. Its hair is long, white, and matted with filth. The small bones are braided into it. Its mouth is wide and seems to dribble constantly with saliva, its long tongue smacking its lips regularly. Its teeth are old and broken, with only about 4 complete teeth remaining, and the rest just shattered stubs sticking out of its purple gums. There's a typo there. There's a bit of a typo there. Its eyes are the worst, staring out at you from the sunken sockets. There is a hunger in those eyes, a dreadful appetite that can never be sated. And more worryingly, there is an intelligence as well, or at the very least, an animal cunning. This must be Old Man Sawney. Sat next to him is a brute of a Sawney, not as tall as the old man, but heavier set and much more muscular. Its face is grotesque, long, thin and very pale, and his face is framed by long, unkept white hair that is matted and dirty and hangs past his pointed chin. The hair is matted and dirty. Oh. Yeah, that's a bit of a mistake as well. The creature has only one eye, which is small and black, but with the same hunger burning within it. Its other eye socket is covered with red and angry scarred skin. From the description you got from Mariana, we know her, this must be Sawney's most favoured lieutenant, Ribeye. You decide then that you must kill old man Sawney, even if it costs you your life, or even worse, your humanity. Hungry Eyes? Is it Eric Carmen from the 80s? Please tick a box of code word Balasart. Yes. We've hit the mother lode here. We've hit the mother lode. We just jumped straight to it. Okay, turn to 188. Okay, let's play this one out. We might as well. We've got another 20 minutes. Oh, mama, it's another. Okay, if you have the code word jugular. Have we got the code word jugular? Oh, we do, we do. You are close to a fire pit where human flesh is being roasted. Cooked pieces have been cut out and placed on a platter. Okay. Is this right? Hang on, is that continuity right? 188, yes. Ooh. Successfully avoiding detection, not wanting to waste any more time, you head to the back of the cabin to seek a way out. Hang on, this... I think we want this, don't we? Hang on, I'm just trying to get us a decent ending here. Boom, and that's how we roll here on Edra Tales. Best viewers, streamboo.com. Thank you very much. Sobering Accession HV1A. Very kind. We have a, yeah, what we need is a hairbrush. We do need a hairbrush. Okay, 179. I just want to get us a decent ending so we go out on a bang. Okay. It's probably best not to have... Yeah. I'm going to carry on. I'm going to ignore the fact that we've got the word juggler. Before the throne of bones is a pit with two human males are engaged in brutal combat. Both are armed with crude bone knives, and in the immediate opposite, this is a fight to the death. When only one of them remains, you watch as the surviving combat is pulled out of the pit and dragged over to the dials before the giant throne. You fought well and gave a good show, declares old man Sawney from his throne. You survived the pit, and now, as promised, you will receive your reward. The man smiles in relief, thinking his ordeal is now over. It is then that a table is wheeled in. Its surface is covered with dark stains, and at each of its four corners is what seems to be some sort of leather strap. You have earned the highest honour, says the old man. He signals to the two Sawney who are holding the man up, and they walk him over to the table and throw him on top of it. The man tries to resist, but has little strength left after the fight, and is soon lashed to the table with the restraints. Unable to move, he looks from side to side in a panic. Old man Sawney gets up from his seat and clumps down the steps, his bone legs sounding hollow as he descends and makes his way to the man on the table. He is then brought what appears to be a very crude knife carved from bone. Runes have been carved into its side, and it gleams as if it was made out of white iron. This, he shouts, holding the knife up for all to see, is the most sacred relic of our clan. It is the sacred blade, the first knife I made, whittled from my own leg bone. This is why it is called the first knife. The first knife, whispers the congregation in awe. It is the same knife I used in the first human sacrifice. Lord Sawney continues, the flesh of which sustained your queen and I. Now this human has been deemed worthy of sacrifice by the sacred blade. His flesh, his blood, his tongue, brains, and manhood. They will nourish your God and King. They will give me renewed strength. They believe he is a god, you think to yourself in shock. Suddenly, all of the assembly begin to chant, Sawney, Sawney, Sawney. Their unholy chorus growing louder and more feverish with each passing moment. This goes on for probably a minute, and then Old Man Sawney positions himself over the man at the table with the first knife raised. Sawney, Sawney. Their chanting soon reaches a crescendo, their echoes overlaying the chants themselves to create a cacophony of chaotic noise. And then the blade comes down, piercing the man's chest, but only by a couple of inches. From there, the old man begins cutting downward, hacking through the skin and tissues, and down to a navel as he guts his victim. Slicing across the pelvic bone, he peels back the flaps of skin and fat and begins carving off pieces of the exposed muscles and cramming them into his mouth. The man's screams can be heard even over the tumultuous chorus as he is butchered and literally eaten alive. Eventually the man succumbs to his wounds, but not before Old Man Sawney tears out his still-beating heart and ravishingly devours it. "I am your god and your king," Lord Sawney roars, revelling in his blood feast. In response, the congregation prostrate themselves before him. This is quickly followed by a celebration in utter depravity. I think we might just leave it there. We cause a landslide that brews everyone alive. We make our escape. We win. Yes, let's say that, Julian. Yeah. On retrospect, On retrospect, says Lee Rin, considering how graphic and Arnie's Conan was, did it actually count as a more classy than usual Grindhouse film? Could be, yeah. There's some certainly fancy 70s, 80s, could be quite gruesome. It is true, says Lee, that many of the cast did mainly B movies. That mainly the best film they ever did, yeah. But James L. Jones, I know, James L. Jones, yeah. It is pretty grim, Sally. To be fair, it's the most graphic book I have parton of to date. You've read. Yes, it is quite graphic, this one. He is an exception. Was he a coup? He was having Connery in Time Bandits. As was having Connery in Time Bandits. Yes, apparently Michael Palin, when they wrote the script, they put, like a brave warrior, handsome, muscular, whatever. And then they put in brackets, like Sean Connery. So that was kind of what they were going for. And then they thought, well, why don't we just ask Sean Connery? Thinking, of course, he'll turn them down. But he didn't. To my disappointment on research, even a film as classy made and mainstream as Enter the Dragon was classified and deemed as grand martial arts too. Yes, a lot of the films now that we might consider a cult classic, there was a lot of films that were just sort of pulp films, weren't they? I guess that was probably because they're genre films, and back in the day, genre films were kind of looked down upon in some circles. Partaken of. Yes, this is pretty gruesome, isn't it? Which is fair enough, I'm not dissing the theme there. But yeah, I did enjoy this book. It's just a shame that we got lost in this loop. We just got looped. Because that is a shame, because, there's a good theme going on here. Lost on an island, you're not quite sure who you are. That's a classic theme. That's a good theme to sort of hang a game book on. And then you come across these sort of, inhabitants that maybe were once human and they've just evolved into this sort of cannibalistic tribe, which is, again, fair enough. But yeah, it's just we got looped, which is a shame. Okay, then I must readjust my definition of what considered as Grindhouse. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the first time I came across Grindhouse was when Quentin Tarantino did his Grindhouse trilogy, wasn't it? Lee Rins put here, because back in the conservative 80s, the very fact it's not led by a handsome European man gets deemed as less than respectable. Thank goodness times have changed. They have changed. It might not only be that though, Lowrie, and it might be the fact that it's a genre piece. It's probably the fact that things are genres. So if you've got a martial arts, that's not sort of contemporary. And I think a lot of, I don't really know, but it seems like some people, especially when I was growing up, science fiction, horror, fantasy were deemed not real books. You know, if you were reading if you weren't reading a classic or, you know, like a contemporary book or something that deals with life, like in a very, contemporary way, they would dismiss. And I think that's maybe because they didn't understand it. But, you know, I guess it's like you look at Dan Brown and Da Vinci Code. That sold millions and millions and millions of copies. Yeah, I read that, and it wasn't the best written book. It was terribly written. I think the description of the lead character was something like, it looks like Tom Hanks, or not Tom Hanks. I think, he looks like Harrison Ford. And that was it. So it's like, oh, if you don't know who Harrison Ford is, you won't know what he looks like. They didn't even describe what he looked like, as far as I can remember. However, in Dan Brown's defence, it sold so well because it was an easy read. Yeah, you didn't have to think too much, and it was a page turner. It was a cliffhanger. It was a page turner. I want to know what's going to happen next. So, very clever bit of writing. Julian's put 100%. Lee's put, I also think it's a bit repetitive. I was hoping odder. Yes, there was there was some repetitive nature. The other thing is, going through doors, left or right. I think, for me personally, other people might be different. I like it when there's decisions that actually you have information about. So sometimes it would say, the noisy behind the door is very noisy. Okay, so we've got noise. What could that be? So there's a little bit of a clue. But if you've just got, do you want to go left, do you want to go right? That's not much of an engaging decision to make. You're not emotionally invested. So hopefully with my game book, To Kill a Thief, I've made the decisions mean something. You kind of have to decide, right? If should I go that way? But that means that if I go that way, I might get caught. But if I go this way, at least there's some. I'm hoping that each decision there's some sort of thinking behind it. He's not a good writer as Mr. D. Brown. Well, Mr. D. Brown does seem to have a knack for writing those page turners. Having a tash? What's that? I wonder if we missed something earlier. I wasn't here for week 1. He's not. Yeah, great concept but poorly written. I like the one set at the South Pole. I've not read any other of Dan Brown's. Yeah, Dan Brown's isn't the best writer. And dare I say it, like Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling, I'm not sure that was the best writing, but hit upon something that really touched people. She probably wrote emotions well. To be fair, I only read about 50 pages of the third book, I think it was. To Kill a Thief, on the other hand, is very well written. Oh, well, that's very kind of you, Julian. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'll send you the check in the morning. Like Thungaska in X-Files, about the alleged spaceship. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know that one. Okay, so Dan Brown's sort of going into alternate theories about stuff. Lee's put, week 1 was very intriguing and I didn't mind it was graphic. I got that they were cannibal Morlocks within about 20 entries and wanted variants. Yes. Yeah. I think for me, if I was writing this, but we all write differently, I would have pushed us on further. And yeah, you get again. It was like, oh right, they're cannibals. Oh no, oh. And again, I didn't mind that. It was intriguing. I would have pushed us out of that area and pushed us on further. I would have gone, because it's in essence a dungeon crawl, because it all takes place underground in this cave. So I would have pushed us further and further and further into there. Just so that, yeah, like you say, you get something fresh. We could have come across some prisoners. We could have come across, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Good, because my lecky, my lecky. That's a beautiful word, isn't it? My lecky. Thank goodness 1991's Once Upon a Time in China, starring Jet Li, going out of its way to be filmed and acted classy like, art house film, made the genre respectful thereafter. Leading epics of poetic beauty like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon and Hero. Yes, I was going to say, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is really good. Really enjoyed that when it came out. I've not seen Hero. Again, 100% agree. Some of my favourite films, watched Once Upon a Time in China again recently. Oh, fantastic. I've not watched that, but I have watched Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Fantastic. So, any ideas for what we can do next? Any ideas? Any suggestions? Let me just see. I've got some game books here. Not done Talisman of Death. I think Jam's one is too soon for it to be released. I'll have a look then online. We could do another one of the Osborne ones. Scorpion Swamp. Do you want... Yeah, Monkey spoilt us. Monkey Magic. Do you mean Monkey Magic as in... Yeah, Monkey. I've got the DVD set. Brilliant. Do an FF for fun and then something else. Yeah, we could... Well, have we done Talisman of Death? Can't remember. Have we done Talisman of Death? The one peaceful world of Orb is in terrible danger. Dark forces are unleash the awesome might of the evil one, and only you can stop them. Your mission is to destroy the Talisman of Death before the Dark Lord's minions reach you. But beware, time is running out. 2 dice, a pencil and an eraser, all you need to make your journey. There we go. Have we done Talisman of Death? Well, we could do Scorpion Swamp. I do want to do Paranormal Hero, but it's too soon. It's only just come out. And also, I would like to do, obviously, Shakespeare versus Cthulhu, but again, that's only just come out. So what I'll do then is I will look at my Fighting Fantasy collection. I might even order some. Or I might put a poll up to see, which Fighting Fantasy we do next. You can watch Monkey on Amazon Prime at the moment. Great fun. Halfway through it. Oh, that's the new Monkey. They did a new Monkey, I think, and I didn't really like it. I only watched like 1 or 2 episodes, but the old Monkey Magic that I grew up with, is the Journey into the West, really. Yes, it's all based on Journey to the West, which I have read. I've read that as a book. Good thing about Talisman of Death is that as it resets incorporated into it has free resets incorporated into the system with no need to insert coins. Oh, does it? Okay. Now, New Monkey was okay, but this is indeed the old Monkey Magic. Yeah, Monkey Magic is the classic. You can't improve on that. I wonder if there's been a Monkey Magic board game. Have we said this before? Yes, there has. I saw one at Gen Con. It said Journey into the West. Yeah. Yes. I'm sure someone's done that. We've discussed this previously. Yeah, it might have been an RPG though, because I didn't get time to stop and look at it. But I'll check that out. Anywho, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. It's all good fun. So thank you, Julian. Thank you, Lewin. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. Anyone else? Have I forgotten? I do apologise. We thought about it for about 10 minutes. Yeah, exactly. I know, as soon as I said that, I thought, I'm sure we've talked about that. Thank you so much. I will draw the map if we need to in the swamp. Yes, I will look through the Fighting Fantasy game books that we've not done yet that I have already. I'll also see if I can get some second-hand copies of some more ones. And then we'll be back to helping John get out of the potential loop. Yeah, get rid of the loops. That'll be my number one advice for writing a game book. Don't let the reader get caught in loops. Okay, take care. I'm back this Saturday, 10 a.m. UK time, for another Edra Scrolls Ramblings of a Storyteller. He does turn up in a character in other games. Who's that? Monkey? Rebel Planet? Oh, you like Rebel Planet? It is perceived loop by publishers. Ah, okay. Interesting. Okay, take care, and remember, may your thieving never get caught. I'm going to be carrying on tonight, sending out the first audio fantasy short story. So if you backed the one of the pledge levels where you get one audio story, you should get it tonight. Monkey Magic. Oh, does he? Oh, I didn't know that. Nice one, Lee. Thank you, everybody. Until next time, may your thieving never be caught. Bye.